What's happening? It's Clint. Doing another little cooking video here. We're going to do a cider braised pork loin. We're going to throw it on the Traeger grill, smoke it with a little bit of apple wood. So the trick to this, since we're going to brine it with the, I said cider braised. Sorry, we're going to do a cider brined pork loin. Since we're going to brine it overnight. So I'm doing it, doing the brining right now, and then we'll come back tomorrow, throw it on the smoker and cook it up. So brine's really pretty simple. We've got our pork loin, nice fresh center cut boneless pork loin. You can do bone in, you can do boneless. This works really great on pork ribs as well, big fat thick pork chops, and also works really good on a pork butt. If you want to smoke it for like 12 hours, it'll fall apart and you will love it. So brine's pretty simple. Whatever liquid we got, we're going to use apple cider with a little bit of water. You want to use for every gallon of brining liquid, and you just need enough to cover it. So for this, we're going to do about half a gallon or so total of liquid. And then so for each gallon, you got to do a cup of sugar and a cup of salt. We're going to cut down the sugar just a little bit because we're going to use organic blue agave syrup, which is really yummy. Agave, if you don't know, is what they make tequila out of, so it gives it a little punch. So in this pan, we already got water going. Now what we're going to do, we're going to dissolve the salt and the sugar into the hot boiling water, and then we're going to cool the whole thing down. We're going to have that apple cider. We're going to add a little bit of ice to it just to chill it down before we put the pork in there. Just that the hot water makes it a whole lot easier to get the salt and the sugar dissolved. So I said we're shooting for half a gallon or a gallon, so we need about half a cup of sugar, half a cup of salt, and we're going to go a little bit less, like I said, on the sugar because we're putting this organic blue agave in there. It's about the consistency as you see of like maple syrup or something. We'll just throw that in there and let it rest. And so about a full half cup on the sugar. We're going to take a lemon, we're going to squeeze that in there. Just like so, and then, I forgot to grab my peppers. We're going to take some of these peppers. Chile de arbol peppers, dried. You can find them in every grocery store. They're usually like with the ethnic imported foods. Had just a little bit of kick to it. So I don't know, about half a dozen or so of those. The thing with the brine, all that flavor, we want to build up to the point where you really, honestly, if you taste it, if you taste your brine, you're going to want to gag. You want it that salty, sugary, and full of spice and everything, because it's not all going to go into the pork or whatever you're brining. So same thing goes with all brines. So basic brine, like I said, gallon of water or whatever liquid you're using, a cup of sugar, and a cup of salt. Okay, so all that salt and the sugar is dissolved in there. We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to throw our apple cider in there. Since it went about half a gallon, that was the last of about a quart, so we need about another quart here. And my preference on pretty much any fruit juice, that stuff right there. Simple. Simply apple, simply orange, simply grapefruit. It's all yummy. So we're going for about half a gallon. So we got that, all that salt, all that sugar's dissolved in there. Starting to cool down. We got the peppers in there and the lemon. Gonna give it some aromatics and a little more flavor. And then one other thing. A little shot of this stuff. Everybody loves garlic. Garlic juice. Sprayable garlic juice. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you get a whole lot of flavor out of that instead of using garlic cloves. And you don't need a bunch. I think it's a teaspoon. Let's see. Yeah, 1 teaspoon equals 1 clove. So we're going to put, that was about a teaspoon. There's another couple teaspoons. This is what happens when you're an amateur shooting a cooking show. I don't have anything ready. Okay, so we got our bowl here. Gonna get our pork loin in there. Now for this, we don't want something that's huge because we want all that juice to sit around the pork loin, right? So just something big enough to hold it and the juice. And if we guessed right, look at that. Pretty darn close. We'll throw that lemon in there just for fun. Put it right up the edge. And that right there is about it. We're going to let that sit in the fridge overnight. Want to do it for about, I don't know, 12 hours or so. And then, so we're going to put it in the fridge. And then when we take it out of the fridge in the morning, we're going to pull the meat out and we're going to let the meat sit on a tray, not covered. What that's going to do, since we're smoking it, it's going to develop what's called a pellicle. Technically a pellicle. It's basically like a little film on the outside. After that salt dries up on the outside, it creates a little film. That helps all that smoke stick to it. And then we'll throw a little bit of seasoning on it and we'll throw it on the grill tomorrow night. So get to this point, throw it in the fridge 12 hours, chill it down, let it sit, take it out, throw it on a pan, no covering, rest it in the fridge for, I don't know, at least another 4 or 5 hours. 12 hours is fine. Usually I do this overnight, pull it out in the morning, throw it on a pan, then cook it in the evening. So that's it, we're all set. All right, we're gonna finish up this cider brined cherry wood smoked pork loin. Started it yesterday, brined it. And like I said, we pulled it out of the brine this morning. I say we. I pulled it out of brine this morning and just let it sit in a bowl right here, just open, not covered. And what that does, I don't know if we can see this, can't really tell too much, but see, it kind of looks like it almost started cooking a little bit. That's from the juices, the acids in the fruit and the salt and everything. But it's actually kind of got a little bit of a crust, a little bit of tacky feel on the outside, which is what we want. Because that's the pellicle, it's called. After that salt dries out on the surface of it, it creates a little tacky feel there, and that helps all that smoke stick to it. So that'll get you all your good flavor and make it look yummy. So from here, I'm going to spare you the excitement of watching me put seasoning on it, but I'm just using my barbecue rub and throwing it on the grill. So we'll be back in a bit, and I will show you what it looks like after it's cut open. Should have a nice, good pink smoke ring around it, and I guarantee it'll be tasty. So here's a pork roast after we pulled it off of the Traeger grill, all nice and smoky. I'm gonna slice it open and check out the inside. So we should have a good, nice pink ring around it. Check that out. Up, refocusing. Anyway, nice pink ring means that smoke all got in there, nice and juicy. So just slice this up and you're ready to go. See ya.